when they beat Broder 5-0, 6-1 during the regular season, and we had a cracker of a grand final. And speaking about crackers, the old crackland Zaibatsu has just readied up, ladies and gentlemen. And in the blue, we're going to see them going up against the powerhouse of Epsilon eSports, who are running the crits on Nox. The mind games are starting, and this is going to be a great game, ladies and gentlemen. ETF2L Season 15, week number 6, powered by Blackout Gaming. Zaibatsu, the old crackland, going up against Epsilon eSports in what could be the game of the season.
Yeah, it's just this sort of ordinary middle where both teams are just like not committing too early on, and the bombers just both come in and nobody really getting anything done straight away. Both roamers actually getting taken down early on. Brago getting the first crucial frag, getting the scout down with a nice pipe. Mike then coming up, cleaning up into 2 nuts, which is a massive frag, of course, taking down the medic, and that's going to cue Zaibatsu to back out and mid win for Epsilon. So they take the driving seat immediately in the game.
This is going to be the question. Zaibatsu most likely going to make their way through and try and get that 3 to 4 man suicide in, whilst they have someone building here with Numlock. Or someone building with 2 nuts. That looks like to be the way of going. How do you deal with that when you have crit streak though, Spin? It looks like to me a little bit of a weird scenario. I guess you just kill the 4 and build it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how they're gonna use. Maybe they don't know that he has crit streak, because otherwise they could just charge Uber and push anyway. I guess I'll just go for picks. Like, the bombs have all come in now, and they've pretty much not done a huge amount. They managed to get Shocky, which is actually kind of important if they want to push now. They're going to have the man advantage as they push, and if it's Uber versus crits, it should actually be pretty good for them.
In general, yeah, it's going to be Uber versus crits here. At the moment, it looks like they might want to try and catch off Zaibatsu here a little bit. Look at how forward they're holding at the moment. It does get spotted. Gear sitting on that left side, but Numlock with Nox sitting around the corner. They're waiting for them to come out and then throw that sticky in. Let's see if 2 nuts trigger finger's ready. Here it comes! Oh my god, 2 nuts with the trigger finger, hitting that one out. Very, very well played. The reaction time of the Swedish medic, absolutely spot on, as Zaibatsu manages to make their way through, get the first pick. But Epsilon, knowing Epsilon a little bit, they're gonna have a go at this one, Spin.
Yeah, I mean, obviously now they have the Chris advantage, so they can put the pressure on and they can back off and actually just re-push. But in fact, they're just going to be able to muscle them out of the point here. It's a really great play from them. They haven't actually got a single frag. All they've done is just focus the spam well and actually take the position. And yeah, that's just the Epsilon that we're used to seeing. They're very good at controlling the regions they want to and getting the position on the point. Brago here just trying to push up and do a little bit just to try and get some spam of his own back, but they're just keeping the pressure on him, and there goes the frag. So finally, with the coordinated spam, the soldiers are getting their Brago and T-Mac down, and Tweak becoming the next casualty. The crits now finally coming out from Numlock, takes down 1, takes down Ips, and the medic does escape though. So 2 nuts is here now with a full Uber, so they're going to look to do the same thing and push onto middle, but Epsilon have actually managed to get down to a full only 1 minute left on the clock, so they're doing well so far.
Yeah, so far so good for Epsilon eSports. They managed to give Zaibatsu the point for about 10 seconds, but they were quick to recap on that push. As you said, the suicide is not going to come in, as that Uber charge is already ready to rock and roll. Mox and the rest of Epsilon surprisingly quick on backing out of that one. They forced the Uber and they managed to all stay alive. And now we have a general 6 versus 6 with a damage advantage, but that is pretty much it coming out for Zaibatsu, with T-Mac and Samsy going down. Brago takes down Numlock. That might be a big one. The pipes are hitting, ladies and gentlemen, as Brago gets the 3-man right there onto the point, and it gives Zaibatsu maybe something they need. Ips almost getting air shot there, but it looks like, oh my god, the crit streak on Bash is going to be able to come out and get a lot of damage done there. Very, very well played there by Epsilon eSports, holding on for just long enough to get that crit streak ready.
Yeah, Epsilon will take that trade all day, 3-3, and they've got the crit streak up in advance, ready to push, and just putting it on a scout there on a 3v3 situation is easily going to clean up those last 2 frags, which he did perfectly. So they take the round again, so they take the point again, and of course now they're just like playing for time, and TC, so Zaibatsu have to push immediately, and they are doing so, but it's a fight they don't really want to have to take, and Epsilon are actually getting bullied back a little bit here. T-Mac getting dealt with swiftly by the scouts, and Tweak taking down gear in return, and it's just frags everywhere, but Zaibatsu are actually going to manage to cap this, but I think Epsilon is playing a little bit defensive because they know that they still have 2.5 minutes just to cap this point now, and the bomb actually comes in from Numlock, does a little bit of damage, but it doesn't actually get anything too massive done. Mike taking down Tweak as a crucial pick, and actually Epsilon are just taking quite a few casualties, more than I would expect, but they bullied Zaibatsu all the way back into this corner now, and they're just going to stack the point and force them to come forward. In fact, the bomb there from Gear coming in to force the Uber, that's fantastic from him.
It's very well played. Like, that's pretty much exactly what they need at this moment in time, as the Uber comes and forces out. Nox, I'm guessing, has switched the regular Uber charge. He's still on crit streak. I don't think he's died. Maybe once throughout this entire round, but the French medic has been completely out of harm's way. And Epsilon kind of doing what Epsilon does, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have an advantage, but they killed Apes, and they said, well, we only really have to cap it, so let's just kind of get a move on. We have 2 minutes left of the clock, 1:40 now. Let's just see if we can bully them out. With Tvik going down, I think the Epsilon train is going to get shifted into next year here, as they're going to make their way through. The crit squiggle to Nox is ready, and when Numlock lands these crit stickies of doom, I'm quite sure this is going to be the end of round number 1. And Epsilon so far looking absolutely splendid. A Zaibatsu that beat the crap out of Spin's team is getting manhandled at the moment by Epsilon so far here on Viaduct.
Yeah, it's just strong play. It's just understanding the attitude of the enemy team. So, like in that situation there, they got one pick, and they know that they can just start pushing. And because they Zaibatsu can't back off because they can't afford to lose the cap, they know that they can just take a fight with a man advantage, and yeah, that's what they did. And they just got the frags they needed to, and so on to the next middle.
On to the next middle now. Number 2 coming up. As we see both teams obviously making their way through. No frags as of yet. A couple of weak players. But honestly, everyone is seems pretty healthy. Both soldiers actually get taken down now. And then again, 2 soldiers get taken down. No soldiers on this point anymore. As right now, one of the scouts from Epsilon drops. So that's probably going to make Zaibatsu win this point straight off. Sticky damage comes in though. Tvik goes down. But Samzi, his buddy, takes down Unlocked in exchange. That was probably something. I think Zaibatsu's really going to like the exchange, at least getting the momentum back a little bit there, Spin, and managing to make their way through right now. The fight is going to be taken to that point, though, in just a matter of seconds.
Yeah, like you said, that kill on the scout was crucial. It just meant they had the slight man advantage, and then I think Tweak was able to take down Numlocked, which is sealed the deal for them. They're running a sniper on this top left point here, just trying to see if he can make something happen, so get a pick onto the medic or some other crucial class demo perhaps, and he's actually coming really far forward to try and get these headshots, and he's not made anything happen too much yet. He hasn't got a pick or anything. Brago actually really extending here though, and he's going to get caught out, I think, and he goes down way before the Uber can be popped, and that's a bit of an overextension from him, and kind of important in this situation. And I think Epsilon are going to take it as a result of that mistake.
Yeah, Epsilon does have the 6 versus 5 advantage. Brago has been taken down, and with Bash taking down Apes right there, that should pretty much it. The German counterpart of Zaibatsu gets taken down, and we can see right now that everyone from Zaibatsu is being forced back. Epsilon eSports finally getting some time onto this point, though. It's about a minute. And what we've seen recently a lot in these games is that the team that takes the first minute, basically, can just trade. It's very simple, keep on trading time. Like, the Uber advantage right now, obviously, is non-existent. I think both of these medics very clear, very just building aggressively as much as they can. Snipe from Epsilon is definitely going to help them out here, though. So we can see everyone from Zaibatsu kind of being sitting in the corner. Now comes the pick from Bash. And the sniper aim from Bash is definitely on fire here, Spin. That's going to be proving a big nuisance. And now the suicide comes in response to that. A clear play from Zaibatsu. I like the way they did that. I think the suicide was a good response to Samzi dying. But in all honesty, it didn't work out, sadly, for them.
Yeah, the crucial thing I think that's the Epsilon doing very well is shutting down T-Mac. Like I said before the game, he had a huge impact in our warm-up, and he's just not getting the work done. And you see him on 2 points at the moment. He's just not getting the damage or the caps or anything that he needs to do. And I think Zaibatsu rely on him to do a lot of work on this map, and he's just not really had the impact that they hoped he would. And the Ubers actually had to be really early had to be popped very early by 2 nuts, and Epsilon are just going to be able to clean up, I think. Although Gear getting taken down on the flank, and that's not what they wanted at all. But it's going down now, and they have the positional advantage. Numlock's actually getting launched by miles by the stickies of Brago, and he just craters onto the ground. And
that was a fight that really could have gone either way, though, Spin. You can see, oh my god, Shocky shifting it up. Wow, I love that play coming out. I think Zaibatsu very clearly had position there. They had a player behind. They were able to coordinate it, but they had, like, Tvik was 1 HP, right? He needed the health very badly from his medic. And we really saw that not all the players were committing at the same time, at the same place. And that very much so gave Epsilon the sort of positional advantage they needed. And now Epsilon, by being a minute down, now being a minute up here, ladies and gentlemen, as they're going to make their way through again. The Uber is ready, and the Uber from Epsilon is being ready as well. Let's see what Zaibatsu can do here.
Yeah, it's a fantastic defense. Tweak actually switching to the sniper at the moment. The Ubers are traded on the point, and it's a single Uber from Zaibatsu, and Tweak with a huge air headshot onto Bash, so takes him down inside the Uber. So crucial pick, and they're actually 2 for 1 at the moment. So it's going well for Zaibatsu in this fight, but Brago getting taken down now might be the deciding factor. They're coming now. They have to commit to this point because they don't want to give up too much time, and they have the position, and they've got the covering fire from Tweak, where Epsilon have to just sit back, and they're not. They either be really aggressive and commit, and they're just waiting for their players before they do. So T-Mac now, the bomb coming from behind, manages to do some damage to Nox, but not take him down. And Tweak now getting taken down by the flank from Bash, and Epsilon just showing that they can deal with these plays. So you know, the coordination there is just strong, and they're not actually crumbling under the pressure that Zaibatsu are putting them under.
It's very well played so far by Epsilon. It looks like they're going to pick up the second round as well, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very well played by the guys in red. And I'm very curious, what is going to be the plan for Zaibatsu at the moment? I'm going to switch on over to their comms, because what are they thinking? What are they exactly going to try and do?
We're like re-entering in the middle point, and all we do is fucking dying because we're in first. And jump early. The demo has so much room, and I'm getting destroyed on mid.
Can't do shit. Demo on floor, right?
Nice.
Again, right?
Let's go, teammate.
Now.
On what?
On demo.
Yeah, forward now, forward now.
Yeah, I'm Scout weak. Solid took top. Scout down.
Demo
Nice.
down.
Good damage on the right here.
Nice.
You see, Spin, the coordination right there was much better than it was the first couple of times. The aggression came in at the right time. The call was perfect from T-Mac, saying when he was going in. He actually hit the shot on the left as well on that soldier. I don't know if he ended up catching that, Spin, but that was a pretty damn sick shot, and might be a little bit of an edge in winning them that initial fight. Let's see if they can take more than a minute here this time around.
Yeah, it was a really good fight from them, and you know, you saw Ips saying that the team needs to not hesitate and just push as soon as T-Mac did, and that's what they did, and they executed it perfectly. But the return from Epsilon is now coming in. Just a single Uber onto Mike, and it's traded for a single Uber onto Brager, so it's not so bad now for Zaibatsu. They have position here, although T-Mac going down on the flank is going to be a bit of a problem. Having said that, Tweak just takes down Gear, which levels things up, and the next frag is going to be crucial. Tweak getting taken down now, it puts it the way of Epsilon, but Brager just again equalising it, and it's a strange situation at the moment, just losing frags one by one, and nobody really taking the command of the fight. And Zaibatsu definitely have this. They still have the point, of course, and they're racking up time, which is good for them, but Epsilon just going to regroup with their better spawn advantage and just push back in, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like right now the 6 of Epsilon have rejoined the fight. Everyone is right there. Look at the soldier coming in from the left. I like that play a lot. We saw one of the soldiers from Epsilon making their way through the left-hand side, and it made so that the arc of Epsilon very well, nicely synchronized. But in all honesty, Zaibatsu winning the duels here, Spin. I don't think there's any other way to say this, but they're winning the duels. A scout beating a scout, a soldier beating a soldier. And if you win a couple of those duels across the board, that's going to give you another 30 seconds to work with. We see Shocky picking up the spy, and we see Bash picking up the sniper. And it looks like they're going to synchronize their aggression with the chance of getting picks here.
Yeah, it was really good. Zaibatsu just dealing with the aggression perfectly. They waited for the spawns to come in, didn't commit too much, and didn't back out too far either. And they held it absolutely perfectly. And yeah, it's just showing that you know that's what's got them to this stage in the competition so far. And bombs are coming in now, and I actually can't see where Bash is on the spy. He's already Shocky. Sorry, he's already been taken down. And the Ubers are now traded, but Brager getting taken down by Bash with a sick headshot, and yeah, that's really going to set things in motion for Epsilon to take this point, in my opinion.
Yeah, very well played there by Bash. Takes down the first shot, and immediately Epsilon, you can see them shooting into next gear. Gets 4 of them already, and really, if you think about Epsilon, you're not thinking of any of their 6 snipers, right? I know Mike can snipe a little bit, Bash and Shocky can both snipe a reasonable amount, but you don't think of their big sniper plays. But in all honesty, Bash has been stepping it up, Spin. I like what he's doing so far. Doesn't really miss any clear shots, and the shot that he gets, he makes them, and he punishes people for being out of position.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Like, Bash is well known for being a really, you know, I mean, he's a great sniper, but he's not really well known for playing it very often. And he's taken it for a lot of this match, and he's having the impact he needs. The suicide wave just coming in for Zaibatsu. Manages to take down Mike. Brager getting the kill there, and they might take that trade. You know, they could push straight back in now, but I don't think does Nox have the Uber yet? I can't see because my kill feed is blocking my.
It's 90% at the moment, so Nox obviously is going to have it any time soon. And that, in all honesty, like, they haven't been building as aggressively and as actively as they might should have, but they have done that in the end. The Uber charge is ready. Tweak's going to look, sees the heal beam from Nox. Not going to be able to take him down. They're going to push through that area even though the Uber's going to exchange. And look at how far. I love what Epsilon is doing here. They blocked them out so far. There's no way they can get near the point anytime soon here, Spin.
Yeah, it's fantastic play from them. They just forced them to fight away from the point, meaning that they couldn't get any cap time on it, which at the very least would have meant they would delay the push. And in fact, they managed to just block the rest of the CC players. Sorry, Zaibatsu, I keep saying that wrong. Zaibatsu players coming in, and yeah, they caught 2 nuts out in the end. They body blocked him, didn't let him get back into the last point, into the spawn area. and they took him down. So yeah, fantastic play from Epsilon, doing exactly what they needed to do. And in fact, I say that, but
they got
Zaibatsu
fragged
somehow
out
managed.
massively.
Yeah, they just lost the frags in the end. It was some great play, but yeah, Zaibatsu actually coming up with the goods in the end, and they're going to get this cap. And I do think Epsilon will come straight back aggressive with this, but yeah, it's a good play in the end from Zaibatsu.
I think they're going to lose Bash and maybe send in a couple of players. He's Nox sitting all the way back with a scout, so there is going to be like some sort of aggression follow-up. We're probably going to see Numlock flying through the air in a couple of seconds whilst Nox is building off that crit streak. But the crit streak, in all honesty, it's going to take a long while. Not sure if they're going to be able to get it in time here. 25 seconds left on the clock. They're committing, and Epsilon has to commit here. 20 seconds in order to make this one work. Is Zaibatsu going to pull it back? Or is Epsilon going to be able to clinch it off 3-0? I think that's going to be the massive thing here. We have 90 seconds to decide the fate of these two teams. The Uber gets popped off here, and Mike, even though he got the force, he also manages to get the pick onto Tvik, and now the crits roll-up comes in. 1 crit sticky, 2 crit stickies, grabs number 2 already. Can they pick up 3, or can they pick up 4? It looks like Epsilon so far has picked up this point, and with 75 seconds left on the clock for them, all Zaibatsu needs to do, and I say in honesty, it's going to be a lot tougher to do. They need to break Epsilon here. 1 time. That is all they need to do. But can you do it 1 time with the players and with Nox having a crit Uber advantage?
Well, the thing is, like, they can get the Uber in the time they have, but if they manage to stack on the point, then Nox is just going to come back in with his crit streak, so they're going to have to put themselves in a weak position at some point, and they're not going to wait for the Uber. They're just going to come straight in. The bomb actually getting failing a little bit, getting stuck onto the bridge. It's making a bit of a mistake, but they're looking like they're going to get this cap, and Epsilon just aren't doing enough to stack the point. They come in at the very, very last second, and they're going to get all the frags they need. And talk about taking it to the wire.
I cannot believe that. Are you serious, Epsilon?
Fantastic air shot from Mike there, just to end Team Mac. And yeah, what, can you believe it? Like, they don't make it easy for themselves. I guess they want us to have a good stream to view. But yeah,
we
fantastic.
just want to have a heart attack. I think that's what's going to happen. Crackland once again now. Zaibatsu going to make their way through left-hand side. As everyone gets a buff, they're going to suicide, sacrifice, and do whatever they can in order to cap this one off. The time is there. Time 6 on the point. They're going to stack. But Numlock is going to be able to sticky all of that up. Can they cap it? Or can they not? That is going to be the big question. It's 3 versus 3. And it looks like Zaibatsu, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be thrown out here. Samsi's going to try. Cannot do it. As Nox manages to get the Ubersaw out. Takes him down. And very, very well played by Epsilon right there. As we now can see Zaibatsu, they're rushing. They're trying whatever they can. Brego's on the point. Pain Train coming out. And the fight is going to continue here, ladies and gentlemen. The spawn times are so soon. Can Zaibatsu turn this around? It's 3 versus 3 once again, ladies and gentlemen. Bash, Gear, and Mike. Either the point drops down or the point goes all the way up, and it looks like Epsilon, 1 player against 2 players. Brego, where are you, buddy? As Brego makes his way through Epsilon, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Epsilon is going to take it, and the 3-0 comes out. Crazy overtime scenarios right there, as Mr. Bash and Mr. Gear are going to be able to hold that off for so long that Epsilon's going to be able to pick that one up and get the 3-0 victory onto Viaduct, ladies and gentlemen.
Amazing, man. That's exactly why Viaduct needs to be in the league, for things like that. That's just absolutely fantastic to watch from a spectator perspective. Like, it looked like it was going to go the way of Epsilon immediately. Nox thought so too, got the Ubersaw, and it looked like that would be the last frag of the round, and he taunts on the point, and then Brego comes in with his bomb, cleans him up, and it's just like round after round of suicides coming in, and it ended up with a 1v1 between Gear and Ips, bit of German pride there, and Gear in the end winning it. So yeah, Epsilon taking the round and taking it to 3-0. So fantastic play from them. But yeah, some great games to spectate.
There's a lot of German pride in this game as 6 German members of the national team. Well, actually, apart from Gear, he never really plays for the national team, but 6 Germans are in this 12-man game. There's going to be a lot of pride up at stake. Viaduct, like you said, was going to be maybe Zaibatsu's strong point here, but they got whitewashed by Epsilon. That last round was looking good, but it took them a while to wake up, ladies and gentlemen. After this quick break, we're going to move on over to Badlands, which is going to be the next map. The standard Badlands, the standard of all standards. And we're going to have to wait exactly how Zaibatsu is going to try and break Epsilon as this map. Have they done their homework? And have they done their homework well enough, ladies and gentlemen? We'll have to wait and see. In just a little bit, we're going to have a minute of commercials, and after that, we'll be back with Zaibatsu versus Epsilon eSports here. The number 1 and number 3 of last season going up against each other for that clinchy final spot here. Stay right here. Don't go anywhere.